Hello, everybody. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer League. We've got another match for you tonight. Two Pro, Two Furious versus Clown Parade. Scaryolive representing Two Pro, Two Furious, and Shareen representing Clown Parade. This is week 5, which means we've got entrance random plus key sanity. So, cross keys. I'm Ricky of Kokiri, joined by Black Wax. How everyone's doing tonight? So, the rules of cross keys is that all the keys are anywhere, the compasses, maps are anywhere, as are the big keys, and the purposes of cross entrance random means if you go into a cave that has another exit, it can land you in the light world or the dark world. And we are off, and we've got a sword in Link's house. Nice.
Sword's always nice to start off with.
Very nice. And already starting with some divergence, Scaryolive starting in Sanctuary, which is at the pyramid.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen that one before.
Bunny shenanigans already.
Finds a key on the pyramid ledge. And it's for Thieves Town. While Shareen finds Checkerboard Cave, and it's just a compass. And the River Fairy is Vanilla River Fairy. Shareen gonna do a hula hand shop right here, get some money, and go back to Link's house. While Scaryolive continues exploring the Dark Road as a helpless little Metroid.
Yeah, it's one hit. Anything kills him right now.
And we have the eastern entrance of Turtle Rock.
I think that's the only way to get to that big chest, too.
Shareen found Sarastala, but doesn't have bombs to get into his closet.
It looks like Scaryolive's going toward Kakarika's village south way in order to make sure he can get bombs. And Shareen just buys the upgrade to fill up his bombs.
Nice. Turtle Rock is the green pendant. And back of the closet we have the mushroom, a big key for Thieves Town, and the small key for Castle Tower.
I think the game wants them to go to Thieves Town.
Yes.
Ice Palace.
Oof.
I didn't see what was on Ray's game.
I did not see it either. But they won't be able to get it until they get the mirror, so. Shareen gets their key for Thieves Town, so they now have both of the keys to full clear Thieves Town if they find it and the hammer.
Chess game has has just health, which actually with that save and quit point where the chapel is pretty useful.
And the Moon Pearl.
Alright, now they can do stuff with that entrance. Well, Scaryolive can at least.
And early Ganon's Tower.
With the boots, now we get a torch check. Shareen finding Desert Palace, and the boots gave the hammer to Scaryolive, which he can now sequence break this side of GT.
And there we go, bonking our ray across the... Oh, that's how you do that. Or not.
And he's just death warping out.
Makes sense. Shareen exploring Village of Outcasts in bunny form. Ooh, finds Blind's hut, but can't do anything with it. Alright, Shareen checks out the race game with the flippers.
Alright, so there's a high probability the mirror is required.
Both runners in Kakariko Village.
The bottle merchant just scamming us again. Ooh,
As
smile
always.
Dave.
Magic Bat appears to be in its vanilla location. And there's a small key in the thieves' hideout.
Which is the well drop down. And back of the tavern is always back of the tavern because it's the only entrance you go into the top.
Ooh, Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that's a good find. I'm surprised they didn't run to the back and just death warp out. And Super Bunny Cave.
Shareen gets there, Moon Pearl.
And Scaryolive showing some knowledge, getting a bomb out of those rocks. And Ganon is in the forest.
Nice. Once we get the 7 crystals, that'll be easy to get to. Along with Ether in the forest. Scaryolive gets the big key of Ice Palace and a map of Turtle Rock in the Mire Shed, which was in the back of the forest, I believe. Yes, back of the forest. And Shareen jumps into the Sulfos room of GT. And gets nothing worthwhile for their trouble. While Scaryolive finds the uncle at Lumberjack and gets the blue mail. And blue Canis Maria.
And Hype Cave is in the Lumberjack hut.
A lot of 20 rupees, a compass, and a compass. Scaryolive making his way through the sanctuary area.
Scaryolive going to see what's in the witch's hut. That's right, it's just a compass, we already saw that.
Right, on Shareen's side. Shareen going to explore Hyrule Castle now, heading to the back to clear the escape chest.
Scaryolive also doing the hula hand for money.
Scaryolive getting a small key for Skull Woods in the Pyramid Fairy Cave, which was at Bonk Rocks behind Link's house. And Shareen finds in the Zelda cell. Wow, there was nothing in Escape worthwhile.
Yeah, Scaryolive kind of dodged a time loss there.
Scaryolive finds Desert Palace, while Shareen continues to the Dark Cross of Hyrule Castle.
Man, that rope really guarding that door. Sets up a good death warp, though. Having trouble finding the chest.
Yes. Okay, looks like you found it. Just a compensatory
And
trouble.
Scaryolive wanders in a pod. Hyrule Castle appears to be empty.
Shareen heading back north, while Scaryolive dips into what's supposed to be Thieves' Town and is nothing today. Finds Blind's hut at the chess game of Village of Outcasts. See if there's anything good in here. While Shareen finds Uncle and gets their blue mail and blue Cane of Samaria. Got half magic and a GT small key in Blind's hut. Very nice.
Scaryolive once again showing knowledge on that pile of rocks.
Scary Olive tipping into Skull Woods gets the big key for Misery Meyer. And he's going to use that small key to do the full loop.
The Book of Medora, that opens up, if they can get to Death Mountain, that opens up Ether Tablet, and it also opens up the front of Desert, so you might see them go check what's in the dam and everything on the way over there.
Right. Scary Olive waiting for that hand to grab him, take him back to the front entrance. Took a bit.
Super Bunny the long way. This
Yeah.
always feels bad. Oh, he's doing the bomb jump.
Oh, nice. And Super Bunny Cave has for us today a small key for Turtle Rock and the mirror.
Ooh. That would have been nice to come in with that.
Yes.
Well, that gives them access to their flippers. Oh, that's a nice exit.
Small key on the bumper ledge. Gonna need to find a way to get up there. Oh, and Scary Olive finds Meyer. I believe that was the Dark World version of Lumberjack Hut.
Yeah, and he can enter it, but he can't clear it. Ooh, and he dies. I think he was looking for health on those Hokobokus.
So, Shareen's going through Desert Palace, looking at the doors, while Scary Olive makes his way through Meyer, finding whatever items he can find.
Bonking the wall has to reset the room.
Yep. Tries that again. Gets it this time. And 50 rupees.
Yeah, nothing useful.
Blind's Hut had a small key for Ganon's tower, and not much else. Oh, and half magic, yes.
And Scaryolive gets nothing out of Meyer.
Ouch. Little bit of divergence here. While Scaryolive went north from the Village of Outcast, Shareen is going south. Finds Agnes Cave.
And Curiosity Shop is nothing, and Aghanim's Cave is the Red Cane.
Really nice.
He finds Meyer, and he's not afraid of dark rooms. He can just do it. Although, he doesn't have a whole lot of offense.
No.
And he's going straight for those flippers. And going backward through the maze so that he can check the entrance.
Using a sign so he doesn't hit the portal and get trained back to the Dark World, save him some time.
And it's a dark room. And dig game, just a little bit of money.
For 20 digs, too.
Yeah, 20 rupees for 20 digs.
Alright, Shareen gonna do the Stumpy and K45 checks. Or not K45. And Scaryolive finds Thieves Town. Oh, both runners find Thieves Town. See if there's anything useful in the front chest.
Alright, so this is, they're just walking in the same direction right now, because they can both clear this, so I don't see why they wouldn't. I think they both have the big key and the small key. And it doesn't look like they find anything too big in here either.
Well, Scaryolive is taking a death warp, so I don't think they have the big key yet.
Well, that's too bad, because with that mirror, that really kind of gives Shareen an edge it's 30 minutes in.
Yes. Scaryolive finds Castle Tower, going to check out that first chest. And finds a small key to Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, Shareen's still making his way through Thieves Town, finds a piece of heart in the attic.
And then without the glove, you have to kill all these enemies to get through here.
Right, and now Shareen's down only half a heart. Needs to be very careful getting through this conveyor. Oh, that's the Cane of Burner. He's okay.
Yeah, that's not a problem. And just a full heal on that chest.
Right, so the small key, the early find of the small key led to nothing. Ooh, gets the big key of Tower of Hera.
Though. That's a good find, because that just allows you to go beat Tower of Hera whenever you find it.
Yes. And Shareen starts off their blind fight.
Scaryolive finding his red cane.
And down goes blind. Gets the magic shield for that, and the first crystal of the seed at 32 minutes, 35 seconds for Shareen.
I'm really surprised there was nothing in that big chest as early as you got access to it, because basically as soon as you got that big key, you could go into Thieves Town and beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, just really troll key right there. Shareen checking out the first chest of Castle Tower. While Scaryolive follows this connector and finds himself northern area of Dark Road near the Catfish, which he can't get to without the glove.
He literally can't get to anything out of there because he doesn't have the flippers, he doesn't have the glove, he doesn't have the hammer.
Oh, Shareen navigating the dark room to get to that second chest. And it's bombs. Scaryolive heading over to the Ice Rod Cave area, while Shareen uses that mirror to check both dimensions of the damn Swamp Palace, and finds Paradox Cave.
Scaryolive finding nothing over by Ice Rock Cave.
Bottom floor of Paradox Cave is nothing but rupees. Of a heart container, the bow, another piece of heart. Careful, bullying mini Moldorms.
So the bow opens up the back of pod.
Right.
The hammer, there's quite a few different chests you can get to, as long as you have a single key.
Yes, and so far we haven't found any pod keys.
And now Shareen about to find nothing over by Ice Rock Cave.
Scaryolive about to get their bow. The Shareen going ahead and running down. Most likely to go ahead and flipper. Yep. Gonna take a swim, see what the flipper checks get us.
That was Bumper Cave. Alright, what is in Pyramid Fairy?
Let's see. Waterfall Fairy gives us a shop. But
It looks like he's going back in probably to get bombs, yeah.
yeah.
So something that's really annoying in Cross Keys is the amount of bombs you go through, because you have to check every single entrance.
Right.
And in the regular rando, there's a bunch of bomb walls that you just know are nothing or a fairy fountain, and so you never use them.
Zora Ledge is 50 rupees. Don't need to worry about that. And 500 rupees.
Huge scam.
Yes. The bottom of Paradox Cave opened up at Eastern Palace, so Scaryolive is checking out the checks there. Oh, Shareen does a save and quit, and we'll see where he's off to now. If I'm not mistaken, we're 40 minutes into the seed, and neither runner has found their way up Death Mountain yet.
Shareen found the exit to Floating Island on the Dark World.
Oh yeah,
And
that's right.
He could check Death Mountain, but I think he forgot he had it because he literally had just found it. Oh, maybe not. It looks like he's going back up there right now. No fire source to clear out the back of Skull Woods.
Right, but we can't get this one chest that Scaryolive is heading for. Which is just the compass. Shareen checking out what's in Tower of Hera. It's a dark room. Appears to be the old man cave. Oh, it is.
It's the back of the old man cave. I can tell by the shape. So he'll be going up through the store real quick, grab the old man, and pull him back the other way. And then he just has to drop him off at the original spot, and he'll get the save and quit point for wherever the old man is now.
Scaryolive making his visit to Sarasala.
And Death Mountain looking kind of barren.
Indeed.
Another.
I think that was 2 fortune tellers in a row.
Yeah, there's 3 on the mountain total.
Oh my goodness. Ice Palace and Misery Mire are the 5/6 crystals. Which makes that vanilla, basically, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, it does. I don't know what he just did with that bomb, but I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, he did that twice. I've never seen it before.
And that's a connector.
Yeah, we saw that connector on Scaryolive's side, I believe. It takes the runner to Dark Sanctuary. Oh, and here's the save and quit mountain entrance.
Yeah, that's French vanilla. That's literally right next door. And Shareen really putting this mirror to good use. Finding that early is a huge benefit.
Having found the big key, Scaryolive returns to Thieves Town to finish off Blind. Alright, so where is Shareen off to now?
Dark Lumberjack, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like they're heading north. And then I believe Scaryolive did Lost Woods. Did we see Shareen do Lost Woods? I mean, Skull Woods?
I don't think so. I think only one of them has.
Okay. Shareen decides to bell on Meyer, which is, in this case, a good decision, though he doesn't know it, because we saw Scaryolive do that and come up with nothing. And no, the randomizer logic is designed that you cannot get, logically stuck. There's always progress somewhere to be found. Now granted, especially in cross keys, the logic can be a twisted pretzel that takes a lot of guesswork to figure out and untwist, but it can be untwisted.
And Scaryolive getting his big key to Hera. And ready to go take on Blind. Oh. Yeah, forgetting that they don't have the glove for a second.
Right. Shareen finds Quake with the camper. And Scaryolive takes down Blind quick and easy, getting his first crystal at 48 minutes and 3 seconds. Both runners going into the eastern door of Turtle Rock. But Scaryolive decides to use the Cancel to continue on, see what he can do, while Shareen bells out.
Oh, he's going back in.
There we go.
Ooh, Shareen, be careful.
It was a nice use of, I think, Ether, though, wiping out that Pokey real fast. Oh, and Shareen finds that the TR West exit takes him on top of Hyrule Castle, where we find another connector.
Hello, the front of Turtle Rock. Well, that's interesting.
Shareen finds Mimic Cave. And it's the big key of Skull Woods.
The Scaryolive found the shovel, but he has no way to get to it right now.
Yeah, no way to get to it. Shareen finds the magic shop on Death Mountain. And Hookshot Cave. Well, can't do anything but the first check, and that gave nothing. But we'll see what's in the back, though.
And Scaryolive finally going to get their mirror.
And Small Key of Turtle Rock. Shareen finds Swamp Palace at the Mimic Cave location.
Ooh, that's rude.
Shareen gonna follow the back of the mountain cave to see where that takes him. Scaryolive just found the Turtle Rock Small Key along with the mirror. And Shareen, the last item they found was, I think, bombs.
Shareen using the mirror to get to the top of the pyramid and see what's in these doors up here. Without the Master Sword of the Cape, though, he can't check the middle one.
Right. Mini Moldorm Cave. Got the Master Sword, Heart Container, Magic Cape, so now, and Smoky the Turtle Rock.
Finding sick kid, but no bottle. Now he can check that middle door. It's nothing. That is so disappointing.
Shareen making his way through the front of Turtle Rock, see what he can find. Well, Scaryolive is heading up Death Mountain. Is correct about the crystal designations. That means the only dungeons we do not know are Pod, Swamp Palace, and Skull Woods, and 2 of those are pendants.
Shareen also finding the shovel without a way to get to it.
Shareen contemplating what to do next.
Is he doing mini Moldworm? Yeah.
Scaryolive gets their big key of Skull Woods out of Mimic Cave, while Shareen finds a shop at Mini Moldorm Cave. Shareen gets their big key of pod.
And it looks like he'll be going to go waste 110 rupees.
Oh yes.
C-shaped house
With a
small
pot
key to dark
key.
palace. It's not a complete waste, but
So for everyone just joining in, we're an hour into this race. Only crystal completed is Thieves Town. Both runners are kind of neck and neck, honestly. It's really impossible to tell who's in the lead, and anything could change at any moment. But yes, still no glove, and no flute, and no fire source.
and it looks like Shareen's gonna use that cave. I think he's going back to the bumper cave entrance. Or not? Maybe he can't decide what he's doing.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Bumper Cave, the entrance we found was over in Lake Hylia.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, he's gonna come in here and try to sequence break this. Or no, he already sequence broke it. He's just gonna go further in.
Well, he always sequence broke it in one direction for Stalfos' room. Now he's going to get break the other direction.
No, this is all in logic with boots.
Oh, it is. Oh. Scaryolive gets their Master Sword.
Or Scaryolive, yeah, you're right.
And Cape and small key for Total Rock.
This, though, is not in logic without the hook shot.
Right. Nicely done. It was nice of those fire bars or fire snakes to despawn or just disappear. Ice Rod, Tempered Sword, and Magic Powder.
That was a stacked rando room.
Flippers were on the race game.
So now that he's got some actual offense, I wonder if Shareen will go back into Mire.
Well, we know that there was nothing in Mire other than the, well, until you get the big key anyway, which Scaryolive has now, but Shareen does not. But yeah, it's a question of like how long does Shareen put that off? Ooh, big key of Desert Palace behind the ice almost. So yeah, very nice out of sequence GT.
He didn't do tile room though.
This is true.
He left the in sequence play alone.
Did he have a key to get in there? I don't know if he might have used up the key.
Oh, you're right. He might have used up his keys. Oh no, it's only locked by the king, so you don't need.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. Magic bat is nothing.
And Scaryolive is about to be very disappointed.
Shareen making his way through Spiral Cave. Ooh, nice shot with the arrow. Which is just 20 rupees. Shareen finds King's Tomb, which has another small key of Ganon's Tower.
The bomb shop over in the ferry by the desert.
Scaryolive also going into Spiral Cave.
Not so deft with the bow though, hitting that jelly.
Right. So Scaryolive, well, I mean, both runners need to go into GT and check Tile Room with that Samaria they've got, but because it's the only in-logic check besides Firebar Room. With GT anyway. Where is Shareen off to? You know, Shareen passed by K45 and either I missed the check or he didn't go in there.
Yeah, I didn't see him go in there either. I don't think he did it. But here's Scaryolive doing it.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Desert Palace.
Okay.
Well, front of desert, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
front
main
of
entrance?
desert. And there's the big key to Misery Mire.
Oh, that's where that was.
So now there's a lot of incentive to go back to Mire.
Yes. Along with a small key to Pod. Wow, so according to the tracker, if I'm not mistaken, the only big key Shareen is missing is GT, Eastern Palace, Swamp Palace, and Turtle Rock, and that's it. Well, Scary Olive is missing the Desert Palace big key, but Shareen has it. And Scary Olive gets his flippers. Both runners still missing both gloves. Yeah, I know, I listed 4. There's still very few keys to be missing at this point, especially in cross keys.
Scaryolive going to do the back of escape. Well, Dark Cross.
Dark Cross, which, if I recall correctly, was nothing but a compass or bombs. But
yeah, you're right. It was a compass. I remember now because it was super disappointing.
map check shows us that Pod is a crystal, which by process of elimination means that Swamp Palace and Skull Woods are the last 2 pendants.
Alright, so if he can hammer jump, and he's not afraid to go to the turtle room, he can complete this and only leave 2 chests. And there's the lamp. So dark rooms don't matter now.
Nice.
And that's our first fire source too.
Yeah, and that puts all of Meyer into logic now. They can full clear. Shareen can full clear Meyer. Oh, interesting. They're just going straight to the back to deal with Hemelsar, and then they'll clear the rest of it later, I guess.
Yeah, it saves you from having to have to mirror an extra time if you do it this way. But I don't really know how much time that saves when you're going through the bow rock side both times.
Right. Though going through the Bullock side more than once saves a lot of extra time depending on where that extra pod key would be. Scaryolive finishing his disappointing trek through the castle dungeon, while Shareen takes on Hemelsar King. And down he goes. This is going to be Shareen's second crystal at 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 8 seconds.
He just bails. He didn't check anything else.
Oh, yeah. And he's off to Meyer. Chat, I believe that's correct. They just need the Eastern Palace big key, Ganon's Tower big key potentially, the hookshot, fire rod, and one or both gloves for go mode. I think they're okay with small keys now. I mean, granted, Ice Palace is gonna most likely get sequence broke in half.
It's looking like a flute's not required. And quite often in cross keys it's not, because the Meyer area usually has a connector.
Scaryolive showing us on the other side bumper ledge. Oh, and it's actual bumper ledge. With a small key to Desert Palace.
I think they also need to find the Eastern Palace entrance.
Eastern Palace and possibly Tower of Hera. I don't remember seeing Hera.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't found Hera either.
Right, so we're still missing those two entrances.
Technically, hookshot rolls were required. There were big keys behind Ice Armos. And they don't have a fire rod yet. But they sequence broke it with bomb jumps. But once they get all 7 crystals, they don't have to climb GT. They can just jump into Ganon and fight him.
Ganon was found in the forest, so they don't need to clear Aga 2 to get to Ganon. Also because the Sanctuary is at the Pyramid. Which actually kind of raises a point. Both runners have been in Hyrule Castle to the back of Dark Cross, but I don't think they actually went all the way to the back of Escape, which is not accessible unless they do Aga 2, or go all the way through Hyrule Castle back.
They don't have the key.
Oh, right, the key. I always forget that key.
Oh, and there's the flute.
Yeah, Scaryolive finds the flute in DP.
And Shareen is on their way to Vidi. With blue mail, plenty of health, and a tempered sword. So this will not be a scary fight.
And the magic cape if need be. So yeah, this is gonna be simple. Scaryolive finds Pod, or is returning to Pod. Gonna see if he decides to do some clearing of the back or just go straight to Helmusar.
Scaryolive gets the God Seed, or the God Pixel.
Nice. Wow, okay, Shareen made that spin attack of the eyeballs look easy. Oh, just a couple arrows short, but gets it done. And Vitty is down.
And there's the Fire Rod.
Fire Rod! And Shareen gets the Fire Rod and their third crystal.
And that... Nope. That still requires... what big key was behind Ice Armos?
I forget.
Was it
I want to say Meyer.
So then that still requires the hook shot.
Right. Scaryolive is exploring Pod, got the small key of Meyer, and I believe it was a small key of GT as well. And decides to bail out. And no gloves yet. Shareen returning to Pod just as Scaryolive leaves.
It could be interesting. This might not require gloves. Of any kind.
That's possible, huh?
Yeah.
I have never seen that. That would be fascinating if it's the case. Shareen bails too after getting those two small keys. Scaryolive gets another small key to Pod from Skull Woods. Our tracker points out the gloves are needed for Ice Palace.
Yeah, you're right. That is true. You gotta be able to lift that rock.
Shareen returns to Ganon's Tower, is going to do the right side. And now we get the tire room check. Well, Scaryolive returns to Misery Mire.
And taking a death warp to heal himself.
And there was a GT key in Tire Room.
Ow.
Gotta love when the Gibdil just ignores the blocks and just goes right between the block and that little small gap at the wall.
Yep. He's gonna just clip right through that. And the gold
Butter
sword.
Sword. And another Pod key. And Shareen bails out of GT. All that's left in there is the gauntlet with the 4 chests up top.
And that requires the big key.
Right. Oh, then of course there's also the big chest.
Yeah, which also requires the big key. So everything else in there is locked by the big key until we find it. if we find it. And Shareen finally doing a very... I'm surprised he used that key to get in the front.
Right. Because if Shareen had simply done the bolt lock site again, they would have had that key to get into the the dark maze. But I guess we're going for a hammer now?
Yeah.
Okay. Or potentially use that key to get into one of the 2 locked rooms. Oh, wow. I really need to learn that trick. I have such a hard time getting the pixel right.
Just boomerang so far.
And a blue. Wow. It's a very blue room.
And
Scaryolive
doing it the slow way, just slashing. It makes the magic meter go down faster, but he's got half magic, so I don't really understand.
Shareen going into Ice Palace.
Without the glove.
Right.
He has the cane, so he might see Icebreaker.
Scaryolive takes down Vitreous. Oh, it gets his fire rod and second crystal.
Everything in logic now.
While Shareen finds the hook shot in the first chest of Ice Palace. Oh wow. And that was Icebreaker.
Smooth. And that's the big key to Swamp, which is clearable now.
Yes.
If he can remember how to get back to it. I can't.
Let's see. Where is that? Here. Okay, so Swamp Palace. Yeah, I got you. So in order to get there, you have to take the bottom door of what's usually Paradox Cave, which is now Hookshot Cave, and then go through the back to go up, and then mirror into Mimic Cave from there. So it's actually really convenient, because now he has the hookshot. He can just hookshot across, clear out Hookshot Cave, and then get into Swamp Palace.
I'm not sure if he knows it or not, if this is a crystal. Oh, he's doing Hookshot Cave first. That's pretty smart. Oh,
there's the glove.
So double dip of ice is absolutely required.
No, okay. I mean, granted, Swamp Palace is a pendant. I'm not sure if he knows that.
Actually, I think because the Meyer key was behind Armos, and the fire rod was on Vitreous. That means either there's a glove somewhere else in logic, or Bombos is accessible.
Right.
Oh, I guess it was the Desert Palace key behind Armos. That would make more sense. That would honestly make more sense.
Yeah, I'm forgetting where the Meyer key was. Scaryolive going through the basement of Palace of Darkness to take on Helmut's Arcane, while Shareen returns to Ice Palace. Probably going to hit this switch and head back to do, yes, so going to use Icebreaker to get through there. Meyer big key was Map Chest in Skullwoods. Thank you, chat. Don't do that.
Handy there with the D-pad.
For those just joining us, it seems the logic was to get the Meyer big key out of Skullwoods, so you could get the Fire Rod off of Vitreous, so you could get into Ice Palace to get the hook shot from the first chest, so you could go to Hookshot Cave to get the glove, so you can come back to Ice Palace to finish it, which is what Shareen is doing. All kinds of twisted. And there's a pod key as Scaryolive finishes Helmut's Arcane and gets his third crystal.
And yeah, Ice not really having much, just a Pocky and glove, or the hook shot.
Yeah, front of Ice Palace is loaded. Back of Ice Palace is kind of just taking its time. In the meantime, Scaryolive is making his way through the back of Skull Woods, going to take on Mothula, which we know through process of elimination is a pendant, but I'm not sure if he knows or is just hoping there's a good item on Mothula.
And simultaneous boss fights.
Indeed, and simultaneous victories. And simultaneous red rupees.
Red rupees. That was cool.
Red pendant on Mothula, crystal on Cold Stare.
Well, if they remember where the bomb shop is, that opens up Pyramid Fairy. Well, the entrance to Pyramid Fairy.
Right. Bomb shop is at the entrance of the desert. Scaryolive returns to GT. He's going to do the right-hand side. And Shareen is not heading to the bomb shop. Oh, that looks like the Skull Woods play? Yes, he's going to the back of Skull Woods.
Yeah, I don't think they realize, either one of them, that this is dependent. Otherwise, I think Shareen would probably be avoiding it.
Right. Well, it's not so much counting, it's that they've found different maps, and so we have the combined knowledge, but they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so Mothula went down so fast, if you blinked, you missed it. Scaryolive is getting his tempered sword. And Ketapod. We do not know what's on the pedestal. We have not seen that check.
Oh, he's checking this rock right here. I was trying to figure out what he was doing.
Well, he might also be checking the tablet, but also the bomb shop's right here too. So getting a bunch of things done at once.
Oh yeah, the tablet.
And it's just a compass. Oh, I just noticed Scaryolive has not found the magic powder. Apparently. I forget where that was. Oh, that's right, it was the GT Randomizer. Thank you, chat. Scaryolive getting bounced around by the bouncing Armos Knights.
Yeah, he's having a hard time on this ice.
Alright, you got 3 arrows. Alright, got it. In clutch. Okay, so it was the Desert Palace, big key. Okay.
But we don't know where the back of Desert Palace is either.
Right.
Oh hey, look, it's the back of the well.
An hour and 40 minutes in. Small key to Castle Tower and Hyrule Castle. Okay, so now we can get to the back of the state. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that's the second Aga 1 tower key, so I don't believe Aga 1 is required.
No, I think it was just bombs on the lumberjack ledge. Oh wait, that wouldn't matter.
Right,
think it was in
yeah, I don't think it was a... It was both, chat. First one was Castle Tower, then the Hyrule Castle key was right after. And yeah, I don't think the Lumberjack drop was anything worthwhile. And Shareen hightailing it to the back of Escape, while Scaryolive returns to Pod for the third time to see what's in the back with that extra key.
So what's gonna be funny to me is he finds the GT big key back here, because then it makes climbing GT completely worthless.
Right. Silver arrows.
Silver arrows.
And the red mail.
Nothing required though.
Right, just a lot of
it easier.
convenience. Scaryolive doing the hammer yump and
falling.
Alright, Shareen, where are you off to? Oh, this door, okay.
And he has to reset the room again.
Oh, Spike Cave is right here.
And he can do it.
So Shareen sees that small key on the bumper ledge, does not know that the bumper cave... Oh, there's Titan's Mitch in Spike Cave.
Oh wow, that opens up so much. If he would just go back to desert and get the flute.
Oh, neat. A spin dash with the cape combination to get out of Spike Cave. Wow. As I was saying before the Titan's Mitch interrupted me, there's a small key on that bumper ledge, and while Shareen did find Bumper Cave over at Lake Hylia Island, he hasn't gone through there yet and does not know that it actually exits out at its vanilla location to get that small key. Scaryolive did that. I think the key is a pod key, but I could be wrong on that. And yes, as chat points out, yes, that Titan's Mitt was glove locked, so you had to get the power glove from Hookshot Cave, which meant that a double dip of Ice Palace was 100% required. Shareen has 2 more checks in pod, I believe, which, I mean, you know, the chances of that biting him are low, but not 0.
Yeah, he's got the vanilla big key chest and the Helmut's Harway. Harmless Hellway. I'm sorry. I totally said that backwards. I'm taking the Smith and the pot. Probably gonna go check this vanilla big key chest, yep.
And a big 20. Well, Scaryolive gets a compass off that tablet. Shareen returns the Smith home to its bush house and gets in return, a key to Doc Palace.
Alright, we're gonna see the hallway then? Nope, okay.
The frog was so inspired by his trip into the pod that he had to make another key for it.
Oh, here's an entrance we haven't seen before. He's gonna go check the Skull Woods back.
And then we'll probably see a mirror after this to do a ped check. It's the back of Desert Palace.
Wow, that's actually really big.
Wow, so yeah, after this, Shareen will just be 2 crystals away.
Oh, and Scaryolive following in his footsteps. Right behind him, about to discover the same thing. Scaryolive still doesn't even have a glove.
Right, because Scaryolive has not been to Ice Palace yet for that hook shot. I'm not sure if they even know where Hookshot Cave is. And wow, that Mola went down fast. So that is crystal number 5 for Shareen. Why is he going back in?
Oh, he wants to try to steal a key. Oh, he didn't pick up the key in the second tile room. He just ran through it.
Oh.
So that he can get to the back of the desert, which means he might be getting his flute soon, because if he plans on going back there...
Right. No, so he's not getting his flute? Not sure what happened there.
Did he not have the key to begin with?
Well, I mean, on the tracker it shows he didn't have it, so maybe not? I forget where it was.
Yeah, I don't know where it was either. That means Scaryolive holds a pretty big advantage.
Oh, that's right. It's the bumper ledge key.
Oh, you're right.
Which I was just saying he hadn't gone yet. Oh, back of Turtle Rock, laser bridge. And the pedestal was just a little piece of love on Scaryolive's side.
Yeah,
and not much but a bottle.
It's looking like the only way to get to the Meyer area is with the flute right now.
Yeah.
which in cross keys is not always the case.
Indeed, actually, yeah, it's rarely the case. Normally, there's some kind of connector that goes to Meyer. All right, there Shareen goes. Get through bumper ledge, go get that desert key. There we go.
See, even though this is just a shop, things like that entrance is only accessible with the mirror.
Right. Which in other seeds can be quite important. All right, so Shareen needs to get to Desert Palace, front of it, in order to get that flute.
And it looks like he's going to the back desert. I think that's where this leads.
I believe so. This will spin him out on at Turtle Rock, and then
Oh, he's lifting up this rock. He doesn't want to have anything to do with that.
oops. Thanks, Keith. Okay, so one entrance to Desert Palace is at K45, and another is in the Village of Outcasts. I'm missing what the third entrance is. Oh, and the third entrance is at Hyrule Castle on the main entrance, not the top.
Oh, okay. That's where I got confused. I thought one of the ones at the top was just the one at the bottom.
But I got you. That's understandable. I'm wondering if maybe Shareen made the same mistake. And Scaryolive entering Ice Palace, gonna get his hook shot, while Shareen is heading up to the front of Desert Palace now. And in a moment, Shareen's gonna have his flute. Booyah, and we'll be able to see what the Meyer area has for us. We are still looking for Eastern Palace and Tower of Hera, as well as the big key for Eastern Palace.
Yeah, as far as items go, any dungeon they step in, they can clear out.
Yes, Eastern Palace and Tower of Hera are the last two crystals that Shareen needs. Scaryolive now has the hookshot, but needs to get the hookshot cave so he can get the glove, which will let him finish Ice Palace for that crystal. Instead, Scaryolive is in GT with that hook shot. Gonna get the magic powder and the butter sword in the rando room.
Yeah,
which would be
now
nice.
that Shareen has the flute, he holds a huge advantage.
Yes. Alright, here we go. Let's see what these entrances hold. Just a fairy for the first one. No, we're looking for Hera and Eastern Power. Another fairy. Empty room. Oh, it's gonna be one of those.
Wrong item, Scaryolive.
Well, he could get the shovel
Get the
here.
shovel. Well, he's just saying
Oh,
no.
if not.
He'll probably come back in a minute. He wants to see what all these entrances are.
Yeah, it makes sense. Got a small key to Swamp Palace. Oh, okay. We can get into Swamp Palace now.
Well, there's quite a few checks in there, so...
Yes, there are. And it's Quake to open up the Mire entrance. Oh, here's Hera. With Bombos.
Yep. One of the gloves is in Hookshot Cave, which is on...
It's over where Paradox Cave normally is.
And the other one is in Spike Cave. I can't remember where the entrance of that was, though.
Spike Cave... where is it? One moment. Oh, Spike Cave is over in the Dark World version of Death Mountain Ascent. Right? Yeah. So all Shareen needs now is to find both the entrance to Eastern Palace and its big key. Whoops. Bumper asserted its existence there.
Alright, and this is going to be a trivial fight. Like,
Very.
2 slashes with the butter sword. That was a poke. So now you need to spin.
There we
It
go.
wasn't a poke. Alright. The Eastern Palace Big Key continues to elude us.
Right. Scaryolive found Hookshot Cave, now has Power Glove.
Do you know what entrances haven't been checked yet? Oh wait, there's one right there.
Right, yeah, there's one right there. And unfortunately my tracker is a bit messy, especially at the first. I missed a lot of the Kakuga Village checks. I'm pretty sure they're all done though. I want to say we haven't seen the rock entrance of Dark World Ice Rod Cave area. Ooh, there's the dam.
Oh no, this absolutely opens up swamp.
Yes, it does.
Which I almost fully expect him to just go there now.
Yeah, he has to go back to Hookshot Cave to get to it. Right, okay, so with Eastern Palace being a crystal, it cannot be at Ganon's Tower. And I believe we saw Ice Palace's location. Entrance, I mean. So I'm thinking it's either Hammerpeg Rocks, Hammerpeg Cave, or the rock at Ice Rod Cave.
So I guess he's gonna do the pyramid. Oh, he's looking for.
Or possibly the Pyramid Fairy entrance. I just realized I have that mismarked as the Sanctuary, and that's not actually the Sanctuary.
Yeah, the Ganon's drop down is the sanctuary. And here we go. Moment of truth. Is this Eastern Palace? It
Yes.
is, but with no big key, he cannot complete it.
He's hoping against hope the big key is in here.
Double checking to make sure.
No, the pedestal is just a piece of heart. Scaryolive checked that.
I think he's gonna have to go in the swamp, to be honest. I hope I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, but, I mean, the chances are very high.
But, at this point in time, I would say that it's Shareen's game to lose.
Agreed. Because even if he ends up last locationing the big key, he's done, I think he's done more checks than Scaryolive has. Or at least just a few more, anyway.
With that early mirror, he was able to clear out a lot of things.
Yes, yes. Scaryolive dropping into the cold stair fight, and Shareen has one more chance in Eastern Palace to find that big key.
See, the nice thing is when he does find the big key, he can just save and quit to the sanctuary.
Oh, come on, that was such a troll!
Oh.
Ganon's Tower, big key.
Hopefully they don't have to climb GT, or go all the way back around to get to the big chest.
Yeah. That was a mean key right there. Dang.
For a second there, I thought it was vanilla.
Yeah. Let's see. There are 5 checks in GT. There's the big chest plus the 4 chests at the top of the gauntlet. So Shareen's heading over to the Swamp Palace now. There's 10 checks in there.
Yeah, if I'm Shareen, I'm hedging my money on this and not GT.
Absolutely. Especially since you already spent a bunch of time in GT, like dipping it more than once, I think, and sequence breaking part of it. Oh wow, 2 hours 6 minutes in, and Scaryolive is now doing bottom of the.
Yeah, it required the gloves.
Yeah, true.
They didn't have the gloves for a long time.
Not the keys Shareen is looking for. If this seed throws the Turtle Rock big key at him, it's no. Because that's the only other key missing, in terms of big keys. Correct. There's still Trinex because we don't have the Turtle Rock big key yet. I'm getting flashbacks to the race I tracked earlier today where it came down to a hunt for the correct big key. That's cross keys for you. Where is Scaryolive headed? Down to Village of Outcasts. So far, front of Swamp has been garbage. What does the big chest hold? More garbage.
And go into the back, hoping not to have to do left side.
Right.
And it looks like we're gonna see Diver Down.
And the bomb version of Diver Down. Ooh, first try, nice. 2 single green rupees.
There's only 2 of those. That's both of them.
Wow. Scaryolive about to get his Titan's Mitts from the Spike Cave. That's not gonna work. Oh. Oh, nice. And Scaryolive also does a spin dash strat out of Spike Cave.
Alright, Argus, what do you have? Wrong key. It's the last
spot. So the front and back of Swamp Palace had nothing but small keys. Is Shareen gonna dip left side? Most likely, yes. Okay, so we're gonna see what the left side of Swamp holds. Scaryolive gets a bottle off the laser bridge. Olive can't go to Trinex. He doesn't have the big key or the ice rod. Oh, no, he does have the ice rod. It's just not on the tracker. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah, he got that at a GT a while ago. And Scaryolive's about to find Hera. So if the big key isn't in Swamp and it's in GT, and Scaryolive bets on climbing GT over going to Swamp, this race could be close.
Right.
I still think Shareen has the advantage, but that would make it a lot closer.
Oh, you've got one more chance in Swamp Palace now. Nope. Wow, okay.
It's in GT, or on Trinex.
Except to check Trinex, we need that big key.
Yeah, that one could also still be in GT.
Oh, Scaryolive going to get that shovel that Shareen fell out on.
If that's the Eastern Palace big key in the dig spot, that's a huge swing.
Yeah. Right, Eastern Palace was at Pyramid Ferry, and Tower of Hera is in the Mire area. Scaryolive is just checking all these other things first.
He passed the door he was going for. He's checking the
Yeah.
two fire-locked chests.
Yeah, I think that electric beetle knocked off his control for a minute. Made him miss it. Scaryolive doing the Hera pot clip. Gets it. Got another bottle and a piece of heart. Yes, 19 heart containers, yes.
And Scaryolive has 18. And they both have a gold sword. Can you say easy Ganon fight?
Very easy Ganon fight. Okay. What's in here? Just a shot. And down goes Moldorm on Scaryolive's side.
And Shareen going back up the gauntlet. Hopefully it's in the Moldorm 2 chest.
I do not recall if we saw Desert Big Chests checked. And I don't believe we've seen the green pendant turned in either.
I don't think either one of them have the green pendant. Unless, wait.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, they don't.
green
That's
pendant's
TR.
Janix.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, Shareen has the other two pendants, but just not that one. Yeah, so Shareen finds the dam. He already found the small swamp key. Interestingly, I don't believe he's actually found Swamp Palace itself. Yeah, Shareen cleared Swamp. I was talking about Scaryolive. I might have said the wrong name. Oh, okay, he did find Swamp Palace. Okay. I saw him leaving Hookshot Cave with the gloves, so I wasn't sure. Yes, Scaryolive, that's the bomb shop. You want to do that? Yes, good. Shareen making his way up the gauntlet.
See, this is one of those times where, it might not be a bad thing to despawn. As long as it's not in Moldorm 2 chest, it actually wouldn't affect the game.
Oh, is it? There we are.
Wow, that is... Yeah. This is
All right.
definitely Shareen's game to lose at this point.
Yeah, Shareen is now officially in go mode. All they have to do is run to the back of Eastern Palace to clear it, and then go straight to Ganon. And here's Eastern Palace right here.
So you had to go into Eastern Palace to get the GT Big Key, to climb the gauntlet, to go back into Eastern Palace.
Oh my goodness, you're right. And that was after the required double dip of Ice Palace to get the hookshot and glove. And yes, it is a high five. Scaryolive looking for his GT Big Key, while Shareen is going to murder some Armos.
And very murder them with those silver arrows. So it was forced double dips into Ice and Eastern.
Yep.
And Eastern was locked behind a double dip of Ice.
Yep. Ouch. Facing the wrong direction there, Shareen. There we go. And down goes Armos.
And he gets a refund of arrows.
And there we go. Shareen has the 7th crystal. It's off to Ganon. Scaryolive gets the big key. That is GT, much to his disappointment.
And now all he has to do is jump down into the Lost Woods pit and kill the big pig.
Yep.
I can smell the bacon already.
Oh, look at that. Scaryolive looks like he's making the right play to go to GT first. Oh, yeah. So if they had been closer, this would have been a close race.
Yeah. It's he feels behind, which is why he's gambling on claiming GT right now.
Which is the absolute right gamble. It's just not enough time. Alright, already phase 2 of the Ganon fight.
Two more arrows, and he's positioned perfectly for it.
Get your G's in chat. The pig is down. All Shareen has to do now is cross that bridge. And with an official SRO time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 46 seconds, Shareen wins the match. GG Shareen. And we are joined by Shareen. GG Shareen.
GG.
GG, man. So I gotta ask, how does it feel to win a game with 19 cards?
I actually checked at some point to see if I was missing pieces. God, that seed just kept on going. Could you tell I was half asleep?
No, actually I couldn't.
No, I mean the seed was something. You had a required double dip of Ice Palace, and then Eastern just ay.
Yeah. And this is a reason I hate cross keys, where this was yet another, oh, if you just hover hookshot cave, you don't have to do the ice hookshot stuff, although I read into it pretty easily, so I didn't get super punished there. But oh god, the hook shot to the glove and then the mitts. Oh, god.
Yep.
I think my favorite part of the seed was finding 2 rupees in flooded chests of swamp.
Yeah, that was amazing. You did an awesome bomb-based diver down, and you got 2 green rupees for it.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm happy I got a 1-cycle Mire 2 with the bow. That was fun.
Yeah. The Vitreous fight was good.
Yeah. This at some point for me felt like it could have been like a 145. Like when I did pod and I got the lamp and I'm like, okay, that's my fire source now. And then I go cleared Mire, and then I'm like, I have everything to do ice, but a glove. This is so weird. And then I got the hook out of the first chest, and I'm like, okay, I'm bailing. If Hookshot Cave has nothing, I'll come back. There's probably a glove in here. Because I had like... I had a lot of checks done early. I think I had like 15, 16 hearts, like under an hour. And so like, you know, I was pretty confident in my plays. And then at some point I'm like, I never found Eastern, I never found Hera, I never found Backup Desert. And there's not that many entrances left. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Do I keep hunting for items or do I check entrances? I feel like I've already spent an hour and a half checking entrances. Like, towards the end, once I got the flute, that's when I decided I'm skipping every item. I skipped the key on Desert Ledge, I skipped the shovel, I skipped Desert Big Chest. I'm like, I'm gonna find Eastern and Hera here. I'm gonna search Eastern for the Eastern Big Key. Of course, Eastern wasn't there. Eastern was the last entrance basically available. And yeah.
Sorry, how did it feel when you were in Eastern Pass and you saw that big key before the Ganon's Tower text came up? Like that hurt watching it.
That's cool.
It definitely hurt. And honestly, like, the one thing I didn't want to see was the GT Big Key, that whole seed, because not just the gauntlet, I orphaned the big chest, and I didn't want to go back for that either. And it was all in logic, and I'm just like, just give me the Eastern Big Key. If it's not an Eastern, I have 10 items in Swamp. And like, I tried that afterwards, and the point where I went left side Swamp, I started getting nervous that like, I can be throwing this race if I don't go to the gauntlet. And I quickly went back to check those 2 chests in TR, because there was also that one entrance I didn't check. I didn't really remember what it could be. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, we got one off, so we got the gauntlet. We gotta go on the gauntlet right now, right? Because I've been in pod 5 times, I'm not going a 6th time. You know, I'm not going back for Desert Big Chest or any of that, so... yeah.
Alright, Scaryolive just dropped into Ganon, gonna finish off the pig momentarily.
Did he also have a fun adventure?
Oh yeah, you got the mirror a lot earlier than he did. Honestly, he actually made the right gamble in terms of that GT Big Key. You went to Swamp, he went straight to the Gauntlet. If he had been closer to you, the time difference the mirror made wasn't enough for him to catch up, but that decision would have made it really tight if it had been for the mirror difference.
Yeah, about 30 minutes in, you gained an advantage with the mirror and being able to single dip Thieves Town. And he just never gained any real time on you after that.
The mirror was in Super Bunny Cave, which was in CAC.
Right.
So I made the decision to take Super Bunny Cave because it was 2 items versus Spiral Cave had 1. And honestly, Super Bunny Cave was awesome because when I got to the mountain, I'm like, this is sick, I can check all these entrances. And then I died because Lionels are super fast.
Yes, that would hurt.
I don't even know how I died. I knew I was at 2 hearts, but I did not think the Lionel was gonna like shift that quickly. But even with that, I still went right back because I wanted to check all the entrances. I knew I had the mirror. I wanted to unlock the Old Man. I wanted to basically gain as much efficiency as I can off of the mirror. So, you know, if you saw, I routed a lot of Light World entrances with Dark World entrances. I did all the Eastern and Pod area together. I did a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Mirror's a busted item in entrance. You gotta capitalize on it. Scaryolive didn't go to the back of Escape.
Nope.
No red mail, silvers, care pack.
Right.
Nope. Everybody get your GGs in chat for Scaryolive.
With an official SRO time of 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 14 seconds. GG's to both runners. Gonna get Scaryolive in here in a moment. And here he is.
Hello,
GG's,
hello.
Scaryolive.
Thank you, GG's.
GG's, dude.
I'm kind of bummed. I thought I did very well on this one, but The mirror really hurt me. I feel like.
Yeah, you did really well. It was just the mirror. Shareen had the mirror longer than you did. That really made the routing a lot more efficient for him.
Yeah. When I do entrance, I like to clean like the overworld, and like I note the passages, but I don't go in them directly because then you always get lost and you end up with like third of the overworld done there. So I just I note everything and then I come back, But so the mirror, I had so much thing I could do because we had access to Dark World and early Moon Pearl that I put off going back to the two chests for the passage there. And when I got it, I was like, oh well, I already have checked all of Light World and Dark World overworld separately. I could have had that mirror, and I would have saved a lot of time just doing everything at once. But that's rando,
Yeah. You never know when you want to dive those items.
Yeah, it can be sometimes you play and you go in all those one-offs and you get stuck at oh, you're stuck. You have to 7 quit, and you lose a lot of time. So I try to avoid that, but today it was not in my favor.
It's interesting because the only reason I actually ended up diving it, I like you, I went to CAC, I marked off Spiral Cave, and I'm like, I'll come back. I saw Super Bunny, I'm like, I'll come back. And then I went into Hyrule Castle, and I got spit out of the middle by the Death Mountain ascent, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave here, check the rest of it, Lost Woods, and then when I'm done with all of my stuff, instead of save and quitting, I'll just check one of these two connectors. And I picked that one because it had 2 items, and I did a nice bomb jump the first time because I had no good way of doing it.
Yeah, the way I did it, I checked everything, and I went all the way to the Witch's Hut, and then I checked the hole, and I did Olean for money, and
Okay.
then I saved the 7 quit too, and I was straight at Link's house, and I kept going from Link's house.
So that's the opener that basically gave the mirror to me, right? Because I did the opener Houlihan, so because my last check was the sink, I didn't run over to Witch's Hut or that drop down, so it was a lot easier for me to make that decision. I totally would have made the same play you did. Had I been over there, I would have just kept going east. But I did the Houlihan opening, and it honestly paid off. There was a ferry upgrade rate by Lake Hylia, so I had 15 bombs to start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like the Houlihan play in entrance. There's just so much. You don't want to go to entrances without bombs. You don't want to go to entrances without rupees.
Yeah, I gotta say that grabbing the bomb upgrade to fill your bombs and get an extra 5 bombs, that kept you going without having to have to stop for quite a long time. That was a really smart play.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I'm like, oh, Sahasrala's right here. This is actually perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, you did manage to do all of Swamp. I never even went in Swamp. I found it, but then when I got the big key of what was it, GT? In my 4 seeds I did yesterday and on Sunday night, every time I was like, oh, maybe this is a run I don't have to do the gauntlet, and every time there was something in the gauntlet, so I was like, well, I'm gonna take the odds that there's something in the gauntlet, and sure is there was something there.
Yeah, the gauntlet always provides. I honestly felt really good about this. Like at the point where I had, Ice, Mire, Thieves, and Pod, and I knew Eastern and Harrow were crystals. I'm like, okay, so it's either desert or swamp. And when I got the crystal from Landmo, and I'm like, I have 5 crystals, and once I find Harrow, I can clear it. So I'm just Eastern big key for go mode minus bonuses. I was thinking this seed could have been for me, because of the mirror and all that, I was looking at a 145 if I was able to just find a connector to the Mire area. And I checked Bumper Cave and I checked everything and nothing connected there. And the time just kept slipping away.
Yeah. It happens. That's always
That's entrance.
Yeah. But I'm glad. I think I did very well. I think all my practice runs I did I did never run under 245, and then my goal was 230, and then I got to 230. So I'll take this as a personal win, even though no points for the team. That's all right.
Yeah, but those are both really good times for both of you. in terms of cross keys, because these things can take upwards of 3 hours. So getting 2.5 hours less, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All
What a
right.
climb.
So any last words to the runners? For the runners?
Yeah. This win now basically what ties us up in the division.
Yep.
I felt a lot of pressure to win this one because in our division I don't even know, it's a bloodbath. Like I already feel there's 2 teams that potentially can lock up a spot, and yeah, I think us, 2 Pearl, Yu-Tang, 16-bit nerds, all of us are fighting for a spot, so every win is very important now down the stretch in these last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Tomorrow's the next game for, I think it's tomorrow evening, Owazi versus Dracarys.
I've got the schedule up
Yeah.
here. Oh yeah, Clown Parade versus 2 Pro 2 Furious is at 6:10 p.m. That's Dracarys versus Ose 28. At the moment, here, actually, wait a minute. Let me refresh this page before I give misinformation like I did last time I did comms. One sec. Okay, that currently does not have a channel assigned, but that could change over the course of the next 24 hours. In terms of channels that do have races happening, at 1:10 p.m. on April 1st, we have Heim team that's Ravis versus Major Mistakes featuring Teto. That's on Speed Gaming 2. At 5:10 p.m., we have Double Dippers represented by Swaggerlicious versus Forfeiters Are Us represented by Dataplet. That's on the A Link to the Past Randomizer League 2. That's the ALTTPR League 2. On the ALTTPR League 1, at the same time, 5:10 p.m., we have Land of the Blind, which is represented by Worldwide Wimpy, versus Error 216, represented by Thalen. And then on Speed Gaming 3 at 6:10 p.m., we have Iker versus Andy. That's 16-bit nerds versus Pub Trio. And then back on the ALTTPR League channel, we have at 8:10 p.m., we have Kinda Randall Retired versus It's Mitt. That's Kyong versus Little Miss Arcade. And then on the ALTTPR League 2, at 9:10 p.m., we have Team Kappa versus Grouchy Old Men. That's 1UP40 versus Lumaga. And then finally on Speed Gaming 3 at 9:10 p.m., we have Spherefinity versus Hyrule Track and Field. That's Sable Tender versus Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. There are other races scheduled. It's just a question of finding spaces in the channel schedules to restream them. But that will be updated as the hours go by. We get that figured out. Any final thoughts?
I'd like to thank commentators, trackers. It was a late race. Thank you for putting up with us, and that's it.
Any final thoughts, Black Wax?
I think they both did pretty good. This was a terrible seed, and I'm glad it's gone now.
Indeed. All right then. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, especially at this late hour in the North America area, anyway. Thank you so much. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. Bye.